Z109FM, Z109FM. This is Elsie Jenkins. We've got a wonderful show. We got a wonderful show for y'all today. I'm telling you now. Reverend No Show, how you doing over there, Reverend No Show?
Oh, Miss Jenkins, I got a smile on my face. I'm feeling good.
That's a first. Got my buddy Bob up in the studio. Bob, you might as well just come on join the talk show, Z109 talk show, because you been on a couple episodes, ain't
Well, Miss Jenkins, I think I really like it sit here. It's not too much drama. I thought it was going to be more drama than that, but I'm feeling pretty good. I like it here. I might have to see if I can stay long.
All right. And we got some exciting topics we're going to get involved with today. I also got another special guest. Now, let me tell y'all something. When my guest comes on, I want y'all to listen real closely now. Because I know this girl from many years, and she's telling me that she had this, how do you pronounce it Bob? Swagger. She had this type of a swagger, I guess that's how you say it, style or whatever, or character, long before the original character that you see now on TV every day had it. And this is one of my friends from around the way. This is Cindy Williams. What's going on there,
Oh, it's
Cindy?
okay, Miss Jenkins. Everything is good. How you doing, Miss Jenkins? Is what I want to know.
Oh, Lord, you crazy. Now, you know. Mrs. Cindy Williams, you sound like Wendy Williams.
No, Miss Jenkins, you can hold on. No. You need to hold on, Miss Jenkins. Hold on. I've been like this long before Stinky Wendy Williams been like this. I've been doing this how you doing thing for the longest time before Mrs. Wendy Williams was doing it. And I've been Cindy Williams all my life, so I know how you doing and how she doing using my style. You know what I'm saying? That's all I has to say on that, Miss Jenkins.
Okay.
You sound like a little bit. I ain't convinced.
Well, I ain't here to make you happy, Bob. I'm just here to do my part today as we talk about some topics. And I see you ain't doing too good right now, Bob. Now, is you?
Well, I'm doing mighty good. I just don't see the comparison. Wendy Williams and you, Cindy Williams, don't sound like the same person to me.
Well, I'm just brought on because I thought when I first heard her, sound like it to me. Sound like she got it down to me anyway, Bob. Your opinion don't count anyway. All right, Z109 Talk Radio, Reverend No Show, what you think about Cindy Williams?
I think she's got it down. Sounds like Wendy Williams to me. Do that again for me.
How you doing? How you doing? And how you doing? How you doing?
Sounds like Wendy Williams to me, Miss Jenkins.
I just don't see how you don't see that, Bob. You old and slow anyway, so... Anyway, let's get on to some topics. I want everyone to jump in because I'm going to talk about some stuff today that's going to make your toes curl. Woo, Lord, I had to get that out. Okay, all right, here we go. All right, let's talk about paternity. Let's talk about it. If you would follow the rules, the rule is so simple. What's the rule, Bob? You should know the rule by now, Bob.
The rule is no sex before marriage.
That is correct, Bob. That is correct. No sex before marriage. If you ladies, Cindy Williams, what's your take on sex before marriage?
Miss Jenkins, I don't get down like that, Miss Jenkins. I don't get down. I'm looking for a good man. I'm looking for the kind of man I need to just, you know what I'm saying, say I do to, Miss Jenkins. And when I say, I'm going to say, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to say, Miss Jenkins.
Reverend No Show, what do you think about that idea there?
Miss Jenkins, sex before marriage is not happening. You must find a good person to make that commitment to. That's how I feel.
All right, Bob, and again, your opinion don't count.
Hey, wait a minute.
I'm just joking with you, Bob. Go on, Bob.
Well, like you said, no sex before marriage. I don't understand why you want to put me down. You just told me to do the right thing.
I'm just messing with you, Bob. Just messing with you. All right, here we go. All right, so it's simple mathematics, people. No sex before marriage. You ain't got to worry about if it's your baby or not. Lord have mercy. I mean, you don't have to worry if it's your baby or not. You walk down the aisle with the woman, you know she got the right dress on, and ain't no baby in there cooking. Because she ain't had no sex with you. You know what I'm saying? And then you know what? There's nothing wrong with the night of the honeymoon to take that birth control. I said birth control. The pregnancy test. Lord have mercy. Get it out, Elsie. Oh. The pregnancy test. You know what, fellas? You got this. You bring it out. Break it out. Say, hey, but I love you, baby. I love you, but put it down. You gonna have to pee on this first. There's nothing wrong with it, fellas. She can take it any way she wanna damn take it. If she don't wanna take it, you know something's up. If she says, give me that thing, and goes on and gives you a negative test, oh, you got the right one. That test comes up positive, you know you ain't the father, because you ain't had sex before marriage. It's cut and dry. What you think about that, Miss Cindy Williams?
I'm like, let me go come up pregnant, and I've been with you, and so I gotta go back and figure out who the heck I've been with. That's how I looks at it. I'll be like, how I'm doing? Lord, have mercy, my test is positive. How I'm doing? Lord, have mercy.
Yeah. Let me see, young lady I'm with, test positive at the honeymoon. I'd say, I'll be right back and never come back.
Bob, you just leave a girl hanging like that?
I'll just leave a girl hanging like that myself, Miss Jenkins, and you know I'm a man of the cloth.
Lord have mercy. Y'all are just ruthless. All right, well, it's a simple mathematics. You got to think about it. You know you didn't have sex before marriage. You got to check it out. Make sure this woman is not pregnant before you say I do. There's nothing wrong with checking it out. There's nothing wrong with making sure that you don't have anything up in the oven baking. All right, I ain't going to drown it. Let's move on to something else. Lord have mercy. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Looking at the world events and news in the world, I'm astounded by how many old folks is out here catching the STDs. Sexually transmitted diseases for you, Bob, since you can't spell. 5th grade education.
Now you're going to go around and talk about my education. I'm doing the best I can.
I'm just saying, Bob, I didn't want to confuse you with the 3 letters, STD, so I just went ahead and spelled it, explains it for you.
I understood what an STD is. I ain't that dumb.
I'm just saying, Bob. I just spelled it out for you. We got a epidemic. Old folks out here is catching all of the notorious STDs. Now, I'm like, hose up. Hose up. Because a majority of these peoples is out in the old folks' homes. I'm like, wait a minute. This wasn't something that was going on before, last 15, 20 years. All of a sudden, these old folks is coming up with STDs. Now, wait a minute. You ain't got to be a rocket scientist to figure this out. I'm going to break it down for you. If 20 years ago, old folks was doing the damn do, and not having a whole bunch of STDs, what has changed the scenario? I'm going to tell you what it is. You see, what's done happened is that little blue pill. That little blue pill's got some people running outside the old folks' home looking for some more goodies. When they usually would be up in their bed or getting some sleep around 6 o'clock p.m. No, these old goons are out there with their blue pill tapping some daggone hoochie coochies out there. Now, these hoochie coochies that you are picking up on the sides of the streets out there are filled with these STDs. you feel like a big man, you come on back to the old folks' home and you start tapping on the old ladies up in there. Now Mrs. Walker's got the chlamydia. Now how Miss Walker old ass look walking up into the clinic? You know she ain't got no health insurance. 85 years old. Miss Walker, 85 years old. Walk up into the clinic talking about, I think I've got a STD. Everyone's looking around like, STD? Well, Miss Walker, what you talking about? I think I got a STD. Old man Williams done came in my room and we got stoned with the freaky, and now I got this pus coming outside of my coochie. What I'm telling you is ridiculous.
I ain't never heard of it in my life. Old folks out there getting their freak-ons like young peoples. It's happening because there are people out there still having sex. There's nothing wrong with having sex after 60, 70 years old. So you acting like it's a crime for old folks to do it.
It's not a crime, Reverend No Show, but my goodness. I mean, my goodness. You still gonna, if you're gonna be involving with yourself with umpteen partners, and really, I'm gonna break it down for you. I'm gonna break it down for you in completeness. Really, if this ain't your partner for life, you ain't supposed to be having no sexual relations.
Miss Jenkins, what you saying when you get about 75 and 80 years old, you can't just get your little freak on and go on about your business, Miss Jenkins?
That's what I'm saying. You find someone till death do you. That person passes away, you find someone else that can possibly be a partner in your life. But you don't just say, because my husband's done died, I'm just going to become the freak of the week at 89 years old. You don't do that. You do not do that. Put yourself out there like that. You follow the same rules you've been following all these years. No sex before marriage. Now, I has no problem with an old lady telling a young man, you know what, we're going to get together and get married, but you going down to the clinic. You can look all crazy in the face if you want to. It don't matter. You a young man, and you've been with some people. I haven't been with anybody since my last husband. And now that we're married, I like to make sure. I like to make sure that you're not bringing me any extra goodies that I didn't come here with. There's nothing wrong with that, to have the man go down there and get some tests done to make sure that there aren't any extra treats in line for you. There's nothing wrong. And let me tell you something. Because I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to break it down for you to the very last compound like a scientist. Let me tell you people something. We ain't living back in 1959, 1969. Not even 1979. This is 2010, people. And people are dying over these diseases that you are catching sexually. I didn't say they were crying. I said they are dying over these sexually transmitted diseases. Now, there is nothing wrong with looking at someone before you even have sex with them. For those of y'all that don't follow the rules, and even if you are following the rules, if it's somebody that you're going to marry, it's nothing wrong with saying, let's go get tested together. What's wrong with that?
I think you're just asking too much. That's too much privacy information you want from somebody. You want to know all that business? I mean, hey, I think honesty should be the tool in someone saying, hey, you know what? I've had a sexually transmitted disease, and I think you need to make sure that you get tested because I don't want to have another one. or I've been tested to make sure I don't have any sexually transmitted disease. It's just being honest. You ain't got to go around and drag somebody down to the clinic just because you want to find out all their personal business.
Well, I'm telling you, Bob, like this. It is personal. Because if you don't want to be honest about the sexually transmitted disease you got, we got a problem.
I agree, Miss Jenkins. I agree. Because I'm going to look at somebody, I'm going to say, how you doing? And I don't mean like, how you doing? I'm talking about down there. How you doing? How you doing down there? What you got that I don't need? That's what I'm going to ask her, Miss Jenkins. I'm going to say, how you doing down there?
I believe you should
I don't have a problem
disclose any information that might be helpful in keeping someone from becoming infected. I think honesty is the best policy. Well, I'll go with Bob's idea. I wouldn't drag someone down to the clinic, Miss Jenkins.
Well, that's how y'all feel about it, but I'm just going to be dragging someone down to the clinic. We can either go on the bus or we can drive in my car, or we can meet up at the clinic. And we'll go through a series of tests. Now let me tell you, let me ask y'all something here. Let me ask y'all something. Let's say you found somebody special. I'm going around the room and ask. You found somebody special. You know that you're feeling butterflies every time you're around this person. And comes to find out on the wedding night, you'll get the test results. You're about to jump in the sack. This person's got syphilis. This person has syphilis. And let me break it down to you people out there who don't know what syphilis is. Syphilis, let me spell it. Syphilis.
Come on, Miss Jenkins. You talk about education. Why don't you spell syphilis then? See, you so smart.
I'm spelling it, Bob. Just shut up and allow me to spell it. Syphilis. Lord have mercy. I mean, boy, you know if you can't spell it, you sure gonna catch it. I know that much. Syphilis. Syphilis. Lord have mercy. Do they know how to spell it? It's Syphilis. Bob, your 5th grade education can't keep up with Elsie Jenkins' common sense. You can how you want to, Bob. You know what? I won't have you around me when it's time to go to a game show or something like that, because I don't feel like losing. All right, people, let's talk about it real quick. I done put the scenario out there, okay? Y'all think about what your answer's going to be now. Let's talk about it. You done went through all the motions. You done found someone you love. You got butterflies in your stomach and you're feeling good about yourself. You're feeling good about this person. You walk down the aisle with this person and you hold their hand and you stand in front of the man. And you say in front of the man, I do. And she says, I do. Or he says, I do. Whatever it pertains to you in this room. You come down the aisle, you throw your rice. You jump in your daggone car and you hit the plane. You go all the way to listen, just say you go to Jamaica. You go to Jamaica, man. You get to Jamaica, you go down to the suite. It's the honeymoon suite. And you get in the honeymoon suite. You pull out your envelopes and you exchange envelopes so you can read the others' information about the doctor's test you took. You took some tests. So when you open the envelope, you see that the partner that you're in the room with right now has syphilis. You ain't had sex with him yet. So you ain't got it, but they have syphilis. If you don't know what syphilis is, let me break it down to you. It's a sexually It's a sexually transmitted disease caused by a bacterium called a Treponema pallidum. It has often been called the great imitator because its so many signs and symptoms are indisguisable from those of other diseases. Let me tell you something. How people get syphilis is passed through person-to-person contact, through direct sores, maybe external genitals, through the vagina, or even the anus or rectum, so sores that this can pass through the mouth. Lips lesions, you can transmit it through sexual intercourse. There you are in the clinic room suite, and you're looking at each other, and I'm going to go around the room and I'm going to ask you, what are you going to do? What are you going to do now? You done came this far, and Bob, what's your answer?
Oh, I'm running out the room. I'm telling you now. No, can't do it. Can't get down. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Oh, Reverend No-Show, what's your answer?
Well, Miss Jenkins, I'm going to tell you right now. There's love, and there's love. I just don't think that I can continue on.
All right, Cindy Williams, what's your answer?
Oh, Miss Jenkins, you crazy. I ain't even going down. I'll be like, how you doing? I'm out of here. Because I'm doing fine. I'm doing real fine. But how you doing down there? As you ain't doing too good. I'm out of here, Miss Jenkins.
So I see all y'all talk so good talk, but you don't walk so good walk. Till death do you part is what the vows say. So you can't determine whether or not, because a person has a permanent disease, and syphilis is permanent as far as I know, that you're going to just run away from somebody because they have syphilis. You can protect yourself with someone that has a sexually transmitted disease and still have a relationship with that person. But the fact is, this information should be disclosed before you have sex. It's common sense. And if someone doesn't disclose it, you have some integrity issues with the person you're with. Maybe they're embarrassed because they have something they can't get rid of. But it still doesn't give you, as a person that's infected with HIV or syphilis or whatever, doesn't give you a right to infect someone and then expect them to love you afterwards. The surest way to avoid transmission of a sexually transmitted disease, including syphilis, is to abstain from sexual contact. I'm not going to read any more about this. I've been saying this the whole damn time I've been talking about this sex thing. It's to abstain from sexual contact or to be in a long-term, mutual, monogamous relationship with a partner who has been tested and is known to be uninfected. So I'm done talking about this subject. I'm not going to beat it down in the ground. If you're a young person out here with your legs open at 15, 16, 17 years old, 18 years old, 19 years old, and you're not married, you're wrong. You're wrong for opening your legs and having sex before marriage. You're wrong. If you've been pressured to open your legs because someone keeps telling you, I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it, well, you're wrong. There's no pressure. There's no pressure that should make you give up your freedom from disease. You didn't come here with the disease, did you? You didn't come here with the disease, so why should you leave here with one? I'm adamant about this sex before marriage. A lot of these problems we have in the world wouldn't be problems if we would follow the rules that were followed way before we got here on this earth. All right, I'm going to move on. I'm done talking this baby to sleep. I'm going to move on to something else. All right, let me just take a look at some world events. Oh, my goodness. Lordy, 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 Lordy. I need a drink of this coffee right now. I got to drink it.
Well, I understand there are some issues going on out here in this world, a lot of pressure, but you know what? I don't believe you can fight all the options out here. I think that sometimes pressure, just gets the best of you, and you fall into a trap where you can't get out of it. That's just how I see it.
Well, Bob, I don't care about the traps. I don't care about the loopholes. I don't care about the issues out here, because you have to maintain your faith with God. You have to remain strong. You have to pray, people. You have to pray. that the Lord gets you through these scenarios. You can be 21 years old and not have sex. Just because everyone does it doesn't mean you have to do it. Let's go around the room. Let's find out when's the first time you had sex. Let's go with you, Reverend No Show.
Miss Jenkins. First time I had sex.
You're thinking too long, Reverend No Show. You're thinking too long. Let's go. Give me the answer.
All right, Miss Jenkins, I was 17 years old. I was not married. I did not follow the rules. I wasn't a saved man at that time either.
Cindy Williams, when was the first time you had some activity going on over there?
Miss Jenkins, I think I had some activity going on when I was 14 years old. I mean, I know I was early, but I was in the hood, Miss Jenkins. I was in the hood.
I keep hearing these hood stories, but you know what? I'm not convinced that the hood keeps you from praying to God and asking for His blessings every day, and asking for Him to help you through the trials and tribulations of your society that you're living in. Bob?
Well, if I can recall, I was 19 years old. I was a late bloomer, but I was not married.
So I see that we all have little trials in our sexual abilities at an early age. We all maybe broke the rules.
Miss Jenkins, you haven't told us how old you was when you had some activity, Miss Jenkins.
Well, Reverend No Show, it's been so long, I done forgot. It's been so long, Reverend No Show, I really have forgotten the first time I have had some sex. I don't even remember the boy's name. You know, when you get old, those kind of situations kind of just fade away like an old television set with the dial on it used to, you know what I'm saying? It just fades away, Reverend No Show. I can barely see his face. I don't even know how old I was. It's how long it was, Reverend No Show. It's like a distant memory in my mind. Lord have mercy. All right, let's move on to another subject. Zsa Zsa Gabor. Now, see, now y'all don't know nothing about Zsa Zsa. Zsa Zsa, boy, I tell you, that girl was a star back in her day. She was no Britney Spears. She was a star. And she is an old star. She's in the hospital and she might not make it, but she was a star. Nonetheless, 93 years old. She's been here for a while. She's done a lot, to tell you that. You know, when you get old, people, you better make sure that you can look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, I've done everything in my lifetime to do the right thing, to make things better, to do the things differently that I maybe made mistakes earlier doing. I mean, please be able to look in the mirror and say, I've done that. Because if you're in the mirror looking and you see you haven't done those things, it's got to be a miserable feeling. Has to be a miserable feeling. All right, let's see here. We're not going to drag this session out today. We're going to put some closure on it. But Cindy Williams, I'm glad you came out. I want to hear it again. Let me hear your swagger.
Okay, Miss Jenkins, how you doing? And how you doing, Bob? And Reverend No Show, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Yeah, boy. I'm doing pretty good.
All right, people. Gonna sum things up with some quick notes. Make sure y'all taking notes right now. Last but not least, finally. Tell you right now, you've got people out here that don't like people because of their sexuality. And they will still have comments come out their mouth that they shouldn't have. There's nothing you can do about it, people, because these people are still here. Even though they don't call you names like they did all back in the day, they are still here. They haven't gone anywhere. They just learned how to control their mouths. Let's see, if you haven't known, Foxy Brown was indicted for a court violation. Haven't heard much from Foxy B lately. Wonder what she's in for. Let's see here. Screaming at a neighbor before bending over her bare-butted raiment and showing her underwear while shouting an obscenity. Okay. 31-year-old Brown was issued an order of protection after pleading guilty in 2008, menacing Raymond with her cell phone. What the heck is going on with this lady? Okay, so the neighbors not getting along with each other. Alright, that's all it is. A lot of neighbors don't get along with each other. Some people don't get along with their neighbors because their neighbors be doing things that you don't catch them doing. Which pisses you off, but then what people see is you getting pissed off. So now they want to call the police on you because you acting crazy. And I'll give you a good example. I got some neighbors that like to take that little dog and sneak him out at night, have him come over to my yard and poop on my tree. Which is all fine and dandy because I know it's them, but I be asleep when they be doing it. So when I gets up in the morning, I got a big turd by my tree. Because their little dog ain't know how to run across my yard, poop and run back to his yard. Now when I goes out in the morning to see that poop, I'm out there hollering. I'm like, hey, you suckers. Your damn dog that came over here and pooped on my damn grass again. Y'all hear me? I know y'all up there hear me. And I say it just like that. I yell straight at their house, and I know they're in the bed giggling. Now, the neighbors are hearing me out there hollering. Call the police. Miss Jenkins is outside again. Whatever. It's the only thing I can do, because if I throw something at the house, I'm going to break a window. If I throw something at the house, I'm going to end up breaking a window. Now, you don't try to break a window, but when you mad and throw something, guess what? It usually goes right straight for the glass. Alright, let's see here any last minute things we're going to put out here. Let's see here. I don't see any other things we're talking about here. I'll tell you one last thing I want to put out there for everyone is, please think about what I heard. Let me talk about this last story here, people. I heard of a car driving by a young girl's house yesterday, and these young people, and I know it was some young people. I'm going to assume it was some young people. I'm going to just tell you it was some people in the car. Drove by and shot holes all up in the lady's trailer. Young girl. 3 little kids in there. And those bullets missed all 3 of those kids. But the bullets came through the room. Past those children. And landed somewhere in the room, in a wall or something like that. Now let me tell you something. When it's your time to go, it's your time to go. God already knows what your plan is in life. These young people were not destined to leave. Because they easily could have gotten hit with a bullet in the head. They easily could have gotten hit with a bullet in the heart. These bullets don't know where they're traveling. They're just released from the barrel of a fool. When I saw these 3 young men, little kids, I said about 2, 3 years old, standing up looking puzzled, I said to myself, you know what? I don't understand what is going on in the mind of some of you young people. I don't understand what's going on in the mind of some of you in between young and old people. And I can't imagine too many old people riding by doing drive-bys. But what is going on in your mind? I am focusing this last piece of this segment to you. I ain't talking about the ones that are not doing the shooting. I'm talking about the ones that are listening now that know that you are out there pulling triggers and sending bullets downrange to whoever can either reach for the bullets or just let them hit nilly-willy and drive off and not have a conscience about where that bullet landed. Now, if it was someone you knew in that trailer, I know you wouldn't have put those bullets in that trailer like that. I know you wouldn't have wanted someone that you cared for to receive a bullet in that fashion or form. You have got to understand that life is precious. And you have no right whatsoever to take another person's life away from them. I don't know who told you. I don't know who has molded your mind to think that you do have the right. But you do not have the right. You do not have the right. I'm telling you that the truth is simple. You do not have the right to take another man's life, another woman's life, another child's life, another old person's life. That right has not been granted to any of us. And you are not special. You don't have that right. So if someone told you you do have the right, I'm telling you now, you do not have the right to take another person's life. If you want clarification as to where I get this information from that advises me to be able to tell you, what I'm telling you now is in the Bible. And it's very specific. It says, thou shalt not kill. And let me break that down to you before I get off the air. Thou is you. Thou is you. You young person, you young man, you young woman, you young old person, in between person, you with the gun. Shall not. Thou shalt not. So the shall not means that this is something you will not do. It's not optional to kill somebody. It's not something you can do as a recreation. It's not something you can try for the first time. Shall not means it is something that you will not do. And what does it pertain to? Kill. Killing. Killing is simple. Taking the breath or life away from another human being. Thou shalt not kill. If you don't understand what that means, if you go into the Bible and you open the Bible up and you read thou shalt not kill and you still don't understand what that means, you come see me, Elsie Jenkins. You comes and sees me. And I'll sit down and breaks it down to you once more again. Z109 Talk Radio, Reverend No Show. You have a good one.
All right, Mrs. Jenkins, I'm going to have a good one.
Bob, I want you to have a good one.
Okay, I'm going to have a good one. Just keeping cool and sipping on some of this delicious cold lemonade.
Cindy Williams, I want you to have a good one and break it down for me one more time.
Oh, Mrs. Jenkins, how you doing? And Bob, how you doing? And Reverend No Show, how you doing?
And I hope y'all out there, if it applies to you, I hope you done heard me. You're going to hear me again. And I'm not going to get off of this topic or subject about the ignorance out here that chooses to take lives away from people that deserve to live. Z109 Talk Radio, y'all have a good day.